All right, probably nobody has tuned in to catch this intro, but welcome everybody to some Sunday night ARML action. We are catching a game that was not on our radar. It's an A2 matchup between Mr., who is Anthony, Kevin, who is Cibola, I'm not sure how to pronounce that name, Sichuan, who is Shiromi, and Zedong, who is LZL65825. We're catching it midway through East 4, and it looks like Kevin's gotten out to a good start. Mr. at 30k. Zedong slightly below starting value, and the same for Sichuan or Shiromi. Nathaniel here, joined by Lucas. How's it going, Lucas?
Doing good. Caught some sort of last minute action here. We just sort of found out about it, jumped into the commentary, and just joining this game halfway through. But still able to catch the whole south round of the game. So
yeah, we were expecting to watch the A2 or sorry B3 match a little bit later, but you know, if there's a match going on, you might as well start. And we see Shiromi here with the dealer Ricci.
This Hatsu is dangerous in Kamicha's hand here.
Oh, it looks like Zedong was trying to make Konitsu maybe.
This might be Ippatsu dealing depending on the draw here. Okay, just draw the west.
Oh, and Ippatsu Sumo instead. Well, we called one half of that. Ura? No Ura, but still very expensive. So nice pickup for Sichuan there, right there. We get a dealer repeat. Wait, that wasn't dealer hand. We have not been looking at the right players. So let me switch over to the current dealer in South 1. It was Anthony who started us off as dealer, and now it gets his second turn. Alright, who's got the fastest hand here?
I'm gonna guess dealer.
Yeah, the most cohesive hand, right?
Yeah.
I guess the hand to the left isn't too bad either, if you can fill in a Kanchan in the Manzu.
We have a Chitoi draw there with 3 Mon.
1, 2, 3, 4 pairs now, yeah.
Yeah, Chitoi around Shanten.
Also, Ipeco chances, you could draw something around that floating 6-so, especially the Dora 5-so would be nice. Actually, we don't see any of the Dora just yet.
Just draw the 1 Mon, so probably gonna go for a normal hand here, completing that Manzu shape.
Ooh, Onko draw, so this is Tech West draw, so Yanjia 10 here for Mr. With good floaters as well.
Everyone's hand looks about the same speed here.
Yeah, kind of progressing at the same pace. Again, the big question mark is where the Dora and who can incorporate it the best. Right now, perhaps the person who have the most trouble incorporating that is to the left. Kevin, pulling in a 5-so would just make a Kanchan in the Sozu there.
I've got a pretty nice pickup bringing the our dealer here to Yishan 10 with a Sun Minshan. You might end up on just like the Dora Kanchan, which isn't a great weight, but I'll certainly take it. Ooh, upgrades there with the Ramen. Now can get a good weight no matter how you end up here.
So things looking good for dealer Ricci. Say you pull the ideal... Oh, is that?
For Toyman, yeah, I can choose the Champon or Kanchan. Or just Dama.
I guess not thinking there's enough value here to Ricci. Ricci Nomi, the Champon, with a once cut 1-so. I guess that kind of makes sense. Wants to draw a 5 or something along those lines, perhaps a 4. Make Tanya, sorry, not Tanya, but Pinfu. Can also upgrade to Ipeco if you draw the 4 Mon.
Makes sense. They do have some upgrades, and Ricci Nomi's never too exciting.
Especially when you can't see any of the Dora, and the Dora is easily usable. There we go, 3-sided weight for Mr. Ricci Dora 1.
And wonder how Toyman's going to react here. I mean, you have Hatsu, which looks... Oh, isn't even willing to push Hatsu. So, just going to fold.
It seemed to be prepared to fold from the start with the no Ricci. And still 4 tiles left in the wall for Mr. to draw, so plenty of outs. I'm kind of curious if Zedong on the right will chase with a 5-so draw. That is, would have to discard the 8-so, which is Dora Suji. Might not be the best play. Oh, but now 5-so is confirmed safe. Could even see a Chi into Tempai for K10, but declines that.
Still is Ishan 10. Could possibly get
Sumo.
Oh, never mind. We see the one pin sumo.
Itsumo Dora Ura Mangan. That's a big
Wow.
hand for Mr.
Yeah, puts him in pretty sizable first place now.
41.2. Dealer repeat. Starts with a pair of easts and really nice shapes. And the potential to incorporate Dora 9 pin as well. So this is looking good for dealer. To the right, we've got a completed shape that has the Dora, the 789 pin, as well as an Anko in the Sozu. Nice shape of the Mon. That's actually a really nice looking hand as well for Ricci Dora 1. As we see the East pawn from Anthony. Across the table, the ability to open the hand with the West, also just filled in a Penchant in the Manzu. And so that hand is actually Ishanten already.
Oh, everybody's saying it looks pretty quick. Maybe Kamicha a little bit behind, but
Even
everyone else-
that.
well, even the 3-so draw takes the Dama Tenpai on the 7 mon.
Each.
Oh, but a Ricci from Sichuan. Now Mr. Ishanten. Do you switch your Tonki here from the 7? Does not. The hand to the left also Ishanten. Better Ishanten now.
Ooh, you could take a Kanton Ricci here if you want.
Yeah, the waiting on the 1-2, so if you feel like the 7 could be pushed. I mean, it's such an early reach from Toyman, and is willing to make that play.
We're gonna see it. It's Ricci Dora. I think it's enough to chase.
Mm-hmm. If you tsumo the 1, so you get a bunch of extra fu as well. Oh, comes out the 1 so.
No.
Ah, there it is. Nice chasing Ricci there. Not quite enough to bring him out of last place, but definitely gets him a lot closer.
We'll switch over to DeLong, who just won that hand. Now our dealer. Chance at 2-3-4 Sanchoku, maybe even switch to Tanyao at some point, but outside of that, looks fairly normal. The hand to the right looks like a kind of a mess right now. You've got a couple decent shapes in the Manzu and the Pinzu, but a bunch of otter tiles that are sticking around, or probably won't be sticking around for much longer. Across the table, looks like it might turn into Tanyao or Ipeko. And then to the left, looks also kind of messy.
Yeah. Bit of a couple slow hands here. Dealer, I think, probably has the potential to win this hand the quickest just because they have the Tanyo. Although it does cut the 8 pin. I might have kept that just for calling. Trying to keep all my pairs, go for a quick Tanyo.
I guess you drop the 8 pin if you're committed to drawing and using a 7 pin Dora.
Sure. So probably cut like 2-4 Kanchan here.
I wonder how much he's thinking about the Sanchoku as well.
Oh, sure. If you want Sanchoku, maybe like, yeah, 5-7 makes more sense.
Also, Mizder in first place has some incentive to call the South. We are in the South round and maybe speed up the hand a little bit. Well, these draws are starting to come together for him as well. So South pawn and then just another couple cuts and you're good. To the right we see one row towards Nagashi Mangan. That is not
Home.
a hand in this league.
It's still completed for style points.
Right.
I think we've seen at least one. I remember someone posting about.
Now across the table, it should be noted that Kevin's hand contains 2 of the Dora 7 pin, so this would be Tanyao Dora 2. Of course, open Ipeko is not a hand either, but would love to see that 4 pin come out, call into a nice Yamen Tenpai. A little hesitation there from Anthony, thinking about that 6 mon rather, going Atozuke waiting for the South, but pretty quickly decides that's not the play.
I think maybe you can pass the first one. I don't know if you need to call for Yamen that early.
Especially because it is a Yamen and a pretty high quality one as well.
We do see a Ryamen draw from Toyman here, so gonna cut that 3-5 Kanchan, getting rid of the open Ipeko.
Would you still call 7 pin here for... Yeah, you would, for the Tanyao Dora 3 and drop 5 and 4 with the double Yamen weight. So now the question is, would you call it for a Tonki? But it looks like we might not have that come into play.
That's how it comes out.
Yeah. Really cheap though, 3,900. Mister
Yeah, not
still
the
in
worst.
first place, but getting a little bit close now. Only 2,300 separates those two players.
It was a direct hit on your rival, so
Yeah, that is actually pretty big for Kevin.
could maybe see a Honitsu here for Shimocha. It's a little far away, but it's still early enough, and if you're gonna keep drawing Sozu, you might have cut like one mon here. Try to greed these honors, although I guess the West is twice cut. Now continues to draw Sozu. Is yeah, probably just committing to this Chinitsu here, just cutting the 6 mon.
Has yet to draw the door tile though, which would be ideal here.
It is also a Chitoi Ishanten, if you would draw into that. I think I would call for the Chinitsu if I get the chance, but you know, if you somehow just and find yourself in the Chitoi Tempai, you'd probably take it.
Home.
Hakupon from Sichuan. Hoping to
Just
cut
a-
this Chinitsu off before it gets dangerous.
Yeah, probably just a Hakunomi. It could maybe turn into a Honitsu, but you have that 2-3 Ryomen, which probably is never going to come out. In fact, just Tempai. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm sorry, we did see the 2-3 Ryomen cut, so he's going to go for the Honitsu. Could have taken Tempai just on 1-4 pin, but hoping for some more points than that. Just draw the 7 mon.
So back into Ishanten.
You do see the 8 pin coming out, so getting rid of that Chitoi Ishanten, just committing to this Chinitsu.
Speaking of Ishanten, headless Ishanten across the way for Mr.
Chi.
Ooh, and there's the Dorchi. So this is going to be a little bit difficult to grab a second Dora, as there's only one left in the wall, but I think Shiromi would discard it if drawn. And there's Tempai for Mr. Anthony
Yeet.
deciding whether to reach here or not, and does decide it's worth to fight this Chinitsu in the Dora suit.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say how scary this is. Like, all you've seen is one Chi and then an 8 pin pair cut. Doesn't look too terrifying yet.
Well, now it's a little terrifying. That is Tempai.
Right, I just mean from...
Right, from Mr.'s perspective.
It's hard to read without open hands. Five is pretty scary to push here. Oh, it
Don't.
does come out though. So you see
Ooh.
Ricci Pinfu Dora with an Ura as well.
That's the second Ura that Mr. has hit to make Mangon. That's huge.
Yeah, and here we go, already into all last here.
Pretty fast game, all things considered, although we did enter a little bit midway through the match.
The Shitoi Ryanshanten here for dealer. I'll just pick up the Dora. Could also maybe be a normal hand depending on the draws. Kimocha can try to close out the game with a Chun Palm to give him the chance. Well, we might see that Chun stuck in Shiromi's hand if they're going to go for like a Daisan Gen comeback or something. Probably going to hold on to that Chun for a bit.
Yeah, from Shinomi's position, this is kind of, you need Mangon here. So the question is, how are you going to build that? Starting with an Anko of the Hatsu is not bad. Doesn't have Dora, doesn't have Honitsu. Maybe going for something dragon based is your best bet. Although with that
Ooh,
9-mon
another
Anko,
Anko.
yeah, that's interesting. Maybe
You
there's
could
a
get like Ricci, Tsumo, Hatsu. It'd be like 40 Fu, so it'd be like 5,200. Plus 16, so is that 65? Is that the difference?
yeah, I'm 65 there.
Or not quite enough. But if you get like one or a
Yeah, one
maybe
would be
maybe like a
plenty.
Dora or something. Definitely chances.
You got a couple shots at Urasan as well.
Get a con for enough extra foo. A con on, an on-con on either of these Aimon or Hatsu.
Yeah, Hatsu dead, but 9mon still in the wall, so that is possible.
We also see our dealer's hand developing nicely here into an Ishan 10. Cuts the 7-8 Ryomen.
ポン
Yeah, 2-door in hand, so expensive for Kevin, but we see Tenpai to the left. Shiromi not willing to declare Ricci, though.
Interesting. Maybe I'm not sure what you're waiting for.
Hoping for Dorataki, or for Zilong to go declare Ricci and then chase.
Right.
Oh, it's a Chanta push. Okay.
Huh. I think I would have just tried my chances at a Ricci. This feels a little slow, but we'll see if it works.
Yeah, it's hard to put your destiny in the hopes of Sumo and Ura, but sometimes that is your best chance.
Shanta is also pretty slow.
Right. We see Tenpai to the right. That's a Honitsu, actually. 147 is the weight. Quickly counting up the tiles. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They're all visible from our perspective, it looks like. And pretty solidly locked up in hand as well, so the 3-sided weight actually doesn't look like it's going to come out.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't think any of these tiles are gonna leave. They all look like they're being used. Can't see them being dropped.
Shiromi desperately wishing they had that 2mon back. It
Yes,
doesn't look like they're going to see it.
Here we go.
It's Furi
So
Tendo.
it's Furi Tentumon.
And it's dead.
Oh,
Oh no. But this is the hand, you know, this they can't see obviously that it's dead. It would be Hatsu Chanta Ricci. That's your Mangan.
Yep.
So with one draw remaining would also be Haite, but unfortunately not going to come into fruition. We'll have 2 players Tenpai in this all last.
Fortunately, Shermie is not able to make the comeback, but still have. Do you know how many games they're playing? Is it 2 games tonight?
I do not actually know how many games it's going to be. Let me take a quick peek and see if they've started the next one. They have. It'll be a couple minutes. Okay, well, I guess while we have a minute or so, let me go ahead and pause this for a second and try to fix this fan noise. And we'll be back in a minute. Alrighty, it looks like we are back into game number 2. Mr. First Dealer again to the right, Kevin across the table, Sichuan, and to the left, Zilong. And Lucas, what do you make of these starting hands?
See what we got here. No one looks like particularly fast. See, dealer has one of the Dora. I don't see any of the rest. It's hard to say who's going to win this one. Everyone looks a bit slow, so players should have time to develop their hands.
Yeah, we've got one door in dealer, one door to the right. Outside of that, kind of hard to use from everyone else's perspective. The hand's kind of sloppy around the table, except for the dealer. Wonder what the odds are that we'll see an Itsu in the hand to the right. Probably pretty low, as there's plenty of shapes in the other suits. It's probably just your standard Riichi Pinfu type hand. Ooh, if you'd kept the 3, then that 2-mon would give you Sanshoku options, but...
I did sort of miss out there, but we'll see. You could still get just like Riichi Dora isn't bad. Oh, Forso draw's nice.
Yeah, that's excellent. So now you're starting to wonder what your pair is going to be, and it could just end up with a 3-4-5-5 shape. As you got all the Neon shapes that you need everywhere else fixed.
You do lose the E2, but I think I might have cut the 1-so there just because it's a little inefficient to hold on to. The 7-so you could have maybe used for the 5-7 Kanchan. But I can understand maybe wanting to greed this E2.
You might see the 1-so cut here for a similar reason. Oh no. Chooses the Yonkan instead.
The 1 pin was Fruity Tin, so just trying to, I guess, get rid
Oh,
of that
gotcha.
now.
Yeah, that was discarded early. Yeah, dealer's hand Ishanten as well for Riichi Tanyao. Pinfudora 1, your standard Mangan Sumo.
Looking quite nice. Even has the East as a safe tile in hand. Could she here? I'm just gonna go for it, just taking the Tanya Dora Tenpai.
Yeah, so this changes the hand from, 78 to 12k to 2900.
It's always hard to know when that call is correct or not.
Yeah, with
'cause
so
it's
many.
so much more, yeah, it is so much more valuable closed, but it's hard to know if you have the time to go for it. It's a tricky
Right.
call to make.
Sometimes you call to fix one of your bad shapes, but they're good shapes everywhere. But in this case, I'm sure as Anthony was thinking, we are beginning the second row. I want to at the very least continue in my dealership. I don't need to catch all of the points right now.
And yeah, as dealer, it's still nice, like 2,900 point pickup, so definitely counts. Could see a weight swap here. You could cut like 6 mon and
Yeah,
take
347.
368 or 347.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. I miss that every now and then, but not this time.
And Mr. also sees it as well and just take it.
Well spotted. I like the little walk down in the Pinsu. Maybe we'll end up on 2-3-4 Sanshoku.
We got a bit of a ways to go there, but it is possible.
Hey, 2 draws. Get the last 3 pin, the last 2. And we should note that Kevin also kept that 3-mon in hand, perhaps hoping to make 3-4-5 Sanshoku eventually. Did end up drawing the 6-so and has sort of swapped that shape around. Now hoping to make a Tanya 5-6-7 Sanshoku.
Or even just K10 at this point. We're pretty late into the round.
That's true. 7 draws, as we can see in the middle of the table. Now we'll grab the Tenpai. 3-6 Ma on the weight there. Another pair across the table for Sichuan.
What are we gonna see them cut?
Throws the 8 back.
Idiot.
That would have been Mister's winning tile. He kept the smaller weight. And with no 10 in sight, no Tenpai in sight, Zilong also drops the safe 8 mon. We enter Ryukyoku 1500 for both Mr. and Kevin. Oh, I love the starting hand.
Yeah, wow, that's really nice.
Ready-made Ipeko. Also could wait Duartanki on the pay. And I doubt there's going to be another hand that looks as nice as this. To the right, we've got some decent Monzu tiles, but...
Already Tenpai.
Oh, here we go.
Right? Yeah, because
You
it's
just-
Tenpai on 8. You could take Doratonki, or you can, like, Dama 8. So you have a lot of options here.
I guess Tanya is the same. No, not the same as Dora 2. So you want...
Dama on the pay.
That's
But it
so...
is Yakuless. I guess just waiting for a Pinzu draw.
Oh, not
But in the
Yakulis.
meantime-
We do have the Ipeko. So it'd be Ipeko Dora 2
Oh,
for
yeah.
77.
Nice, I missed that.
Oh, that is so tricky. Now, I wonder if it'll eventually take the Ricci.
I think maybe if you draw like a Pinzu, you would because there's like you can get some multi-sided weights depending on what you draw here. Something like a 3-pin or like a 6-pin. You have some nice draws.
Like you sort of expect the pay to flow out naturally, unless someone's got multiples.
Right now we see 3 in the wall.
And I wonder how observant the other players will be to see Tsumugiri from dealer.
Even so, it's hard to play around a like Dama first row.
Right. I'm sure eventually that'll get picked up. Okay, good Katagiri here.
Swap here, but okay, gonna continue in the store, Tonki. You could have swapped for Pinfu Antonio instead of the Dora pair. I think I probably would have done that.
You kind of don't want to show Honitsu, because then pay is a viable out.
Each.
Well, we see a Ricci, so now will we see a chase? The weight is 5-8 so for Ricci only.
Oh,
Well-
here we go. 8-pin. So what is that weight? That would be what 3, 6,
Each.
7.
The 7 as well.
Yeah, 3, 6, 7.
Also has 5-8 apparently.
And 5-8.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, okay. So 3. Yeah, it's kind of a hard one to read.
definitely.
3, 5, 6,
Oh.
7, 8.
Don't.
Ah, but it doesn't win.
Doesn't matter how good your weight is if you draw the wrong tile, and fortunately it's just a cheap deal in. But I'm sure Mizra will be a little bit sad to not have won such a brilliant starting hand.
I wonder if they knew how good their weight was. I was having trouble reading it.
At the very least, as a mahjong player in A2, I'm sure Mizra had the instinctive. This has to be
Yeah.
good.
You know it's good.
Right.
That's one of those things like it's unless you're playing IRL, you can just let the program handle it. I might have taken like a good couple seconds there if I was playing IRL, make sure I could spot all my weights before I declare the reach.
All right, well, into East 2, we have Kevin as the dealer with a moderately decent hand. This is actually Ishanten already.
Yeah, very quick. It is Kanchan, but you have one of the Dora, so
Yeah, we saw a
decent.
call of the East to the right. Also has double Yakuhai pair now. Kind of unfortunate that you can't really use both of those, and both are once cut already. So we'll see how that develops. Across the table, looks like...
Oh, Tenpai.
Yeah,
You can take
looks
a Ryantan Tenpai here. Just cut one mon.
Riichi.
I think the one I would take.
5-8-6.
There we go. So quick, Ricci, Tanyao can maybe win on the Dora, could get Pinfu.
Yeah, definitely could be very expensive. No Ipatsutsumo, but good shape there. And Mr.
And,
Ishanten now kind of wants to push this, I'll bet.
Yeah.
One of the problems is you have to drop something in the so. And Sozu tiles are kind of hard to do, so starts with a 9 instead. Can maybe work around to a different Pinghu by drawing more Sozu.
Not willing to push like any of the Sozu or the 7-pin.
And there's your Tsumo, Richi, Tsumo.
Wow, okay.
Tanyao.
6-0, it's the worst one, but you know, you'll take it.
Oh no, Uda to make it more expensive, so just the 1,000, 2,000, but still just enough to grab the lead.
You would have loved at least the Pinfu on the 8-so.
Yeah, the 8, you know, if nothing else.
Yeah. If I can't win a door, at least only win on 8-so, but you'll take it.
Right, well, this dealer hand not looking amazing. Like, there's maybe a world where you can make 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku or Manzu Itsu, but those are worlds that are very far away.
Although I'm looking around, no one else's hand also looks very good, so I don't even know. Maybe like Kamicho with the East pair is the fastest, but
6-0 cut there is kind of interesting. Surely
yeah,
this isn't
actually.
Chanticleer, is it?
I mean, it's probably on their mind. I don't know why else he would cut the 6-so.
Well, Toyman's hand actually isn't bad either. That's Ishan 10. Oh, 2, 3, 4 Sanshoku possible now. So I'm actually pretty happy if I'm Mr. Wouldn't mind seeing the Haku come out. Oh, and now another fill for dealer. So the hands are kind of progressing now.
They really are.
Has an excess of tile in the Sozu here. We'll probably drop from there. And now we see a Yanshan 10 for dealer. Call the 9 Mon.
Ooh. Still going for this Chanta. I don't know if it's really necessary. It's so much slower to keep the 1 pin instead of the 4 Mon.
And your value increases from 1 Han to 2 Han.
Yeah. Not much of a difference.
So this would technically be
just take
Tenpai.
Tenpai here. No, it doesn't even take Tenpai.
Yep.
I don't really understand greeting for like 1,000 extra points.
Well, it finds the Tenpai. There is one of the 1 pin left on the wall. This one is pretty secure in hand, and this is actually Tenpai. Waiting on the door indicator. Will not take that Tenpai, instead keeps the sticky 5 pin. So we'll stay Ishanten for now. Oh. Now you can have Nobutan wait.
Yeah, imagine. Just reach it.
Here we go. Nice play by Sichuan there. Not taking the
out for them.
Bad weight Richinomi. Instead gets a better weight Richinomi. Richidora, actually.
Yeah.
I guess the first one would have also been Richidori, but much worse weight. And here's a chase from Mr.
Richi.
Oh, this is the Sanshoku. Richi, Tanyao, Sanshoku. Waiting on the 6 pin. And this puts Kevin in a really awkward position. Kind of looks like he feels that the only way out is to win. Oh, big sumo again from Mr.
Was that Ipatsu as well?
It was not, but
okay.
This is Mangan. And no Uda to make that Hanuman. We've seen a couple big Uda pulls for Anthony before, but picks up the 8,000 plus the 2 Richi sticks back into the lead. All right, here we go. East 4. I would put this in the average category as far as Hypai are concerned.
A lot of pairs are on the table.
Yeah, the one to the right looks kind of interesting. The 8899 shape is really awkward. I wonder how Anthony's going to handle that. I guess you'd ideally like to draw into the lower Manzu, perhaps like a 4 Mon. Drop the 9 Mon, and go for Tanyao, Pinfu, Ipeiko, something along those lines. Yeah, this is a great pickup.
Yep. And then we do see the 9 Mon come out, like you said.
Chance for Ipeiko across the table as Kevin has just picked up a 7 pin, so you could see 6, 7, 8 double sequence there. And I guess one of the big questions is, where is the Dora 6-0? One to the left. Oh, in that hand is Ishanten. Would just be Richi Dora. I think you keep this one so for the extra tile acceptance. You can get a Pinfu weight if you draw the 3 so here. Oh, did Shinmi actually cut Chun Chun? It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think we missed that one. I was sort of busy looking over at Mister's hand.
Ooh, well, I missed this. There's actually,
Itoy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Shitoi Tenpai. Do you take the
Yeet.
Richi? The 8 mon looks pretty good, seeing as you can
Hmm.
see all 4 of the 9 mon. And the 4-6-5 cuts from dealer indicates they probably are having trouble using the Manzu tiles.
Unfortunately, 2 of the 8 mons are locked up in Mister's hand, although there's still 1 left in the wall.
Oh,
and
there
there
it
is
is.
that 8 mon. Yeah.
Well, cuts the Suji 7
See.
mon. Actually, Ishanten now for Pinfu.
Dom.
Oh,
See,
Mr.
Paul-
calls into
oh.
Tenpai.
Gets the 5 pin right away, too. Just Tanya to steal it. Picks up a Richi stick.
All right, so about a Mongon.
Oh, that's a lot
Lead.
of wins.
Oh yeah, let's look to the right.
I guess
Anko already
this-
to the east.
Yeah. No sushi, I guess, with looking around. Looks like the others are locked up in people's hands, but
With this
If
many,
they-
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that we do see that the pays are mochi mochi, so it's probably not even gonna really see this sushi attempt go anywhere.
Yeah. And being so close to Tenpai as well, it's hard to see.
Right, probably just gonna be a Richi.
I guess with that being locked in place, gives a little more opportunity to the other players. Tuso's are Dora. Oh, that's a nice draw for Anthony. But here's the Tenpai. Dora drawn. Shampoo wait for Kevin.
Ooh, are we gonna see the pay come out for like defense here at some point?
Yeah, that's entirely possible. And there it goes.
Oh
Dom.
wow, Ipatsu.
You never
It's
expect
just
it
Richi Ipatsu Dora.
until
interrupt
the
for the
Uda
Mongon.
flips. There we
Wow,
go.
that's tough.
Yeah, that's so
You're
painful.
looking at your hand of no safe tiles, you decide to try to cut an honor pair and it deals in.
Maybe I should have started with the West, but who can know, right?
Yeah, it's just 50-50.
Yeah, the big move was just drawing that door for Tenpai that early. It's bound to win. All right, gets rewarded with a pair of Hatsu as well as a Dora. So maybe can fight Mizder for first here. Draws into a completed Pinzu shape, and we're getting close to Tenpai. There's 2 more good draws. To the right, we see a couple pairs in the upper Manzu. Similar to the hand that we saw previously, but much less viable in this situation. But does pair up the Haku, so we could see a call to try to speed this up. Across the way, this looks kind of like your standard Richi or Richi Pinfu type hand. Maybe 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku. And then to the left, we've got, well, this hand's a little bit worse. So maybe Richi, or could even turn into Chitoi eventually.
Dealer's Ishan 10 definitely looks the fastest.
Mm.
You can call Hatsu into Tenpai. I wonder if we'd see a 4-mon chi if it comes out, just Autozuke. It is kind of a difficult block to complete if you don't call.
Especially in the door. This is what I was curious about. If you draw it towards the Pego, do you drop the 5-3 altogether? Maybe Hatsu?
You even have Chitoi chances if you go this way, so I think I would cut 5-mon.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good call. Chitoi, you can draw another Dora. Yeah, I actually like that a lot. As it is, the difference between 1529 is a little bit more than, for non-dealer. 1 to 2 Han, but... Oh, there's their backfire.
I think you just throw it back.
It's a little bit difficult because there's 2 1-pins that are cut, so the Pego's harder to get. And actually...
Boom.
Oh, we're going to get a
the 30-10
Fuditen.
Senpai here.
Okay. So that 5-mon will not win. There are 3 tiles left in the wall to be drawn. And of course, I'm sure Kevin is not thinking about drawing 2-5. Is more hoping to draw 3-mon and get some sort of shampoo and weight. even just drops the four mon right away here.
Eat.
I don't really like breaking Tempai. I guess you're hoping to pawn 6-pin for Ryantan, but I can cheat this Forso if you want. You have to push Dora though, so yeah, just gonna pass.
Yeah, especially against a 5-mon that had gotten cut right before the Ricci, looks really dangerous.
Yeah.
It is an interesting weight here. The last Haku is
Mhm.
the only thing. And
Oh, this
Mr.
Haku
has
is.
it.
It's how many safe tiles do they have here? That Haku might be up on their. Okay, they can cut west to west, but that Haku might come out depending on how
Yeah,
many safe
definitely.
tiles they're able to draw.
6-9 is the way to cross for Ricci Pinfudora.
I'm not sure what you even cut next. Like, do they have a safe tile? 4-mon.
Came out from Dealer, who had found
Oh,
Tempai
okay.
again.
Yeah.
6 base 9 is safe. We play that game. Will a 6 or 9 be found before Mr. runs out of safe tiles?
Oh, 6-pin.
Can switch to Doratanki here. If you feel like
Could.
dropping the 1.
Dom.
So dealing with the 6-pin. 6-pin didn't really look that safe.
Oh,
I
there's
don't know. Oof.
Uda
Very
again.
painful.
Yeah, I think the worry was that the Monzu also didn't look safe either, and because the Monzu's near the Dora.
Well, you could have at least cut like the 3-pin, right?
I think,
Would've
yeah,
been
3-pin was
safer.
safe, but also wanted to keep Tempai, I think.
Well, that still would have been Tempai.
Oh, would it?
Yeah,
I'm forgetting.
I think they had 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6.
Oh,
I
I
remember.
yeah, I did not see. I thought it was like 1, 2, 3, 6, 6, 6.
Maybe it was.
Oh, but look at this fast hand for Dealer. With Dora too?
Boom.
We see the Hatsukal Tempai for 5,800, which would be a nice comeback. And Sichuan needs it. Right, currently in 4th place with only 13k. Would love to hit Kevin on your left. That's your direct competition for 3rd. So far, no loose 6 or 9 so in hand. So we'll just wait to see when the first one gets drawn. Here we go, and that's coming right out.
Yeah.
Dom.
Unexpected fast Tempai will net Shinomi 5,800. Grab
Quite
another
nice.
dealership. And now is in contention for that 3rd place. Also a reasonable starting hand here. Okay. We might see a comeback towards 30k now. This is Haku pair. You also have a door in hand and great shapes. So dealer looking good. To the right, we've got Pinfu-esque tiles. No Dora. It's not expensive just yet. Across the table, also a fairly average starting hand. 1 Dora. Potentially Itsu and the Pinzu. Would need a couple good draws there. 3 tiles away for that. And then Kevin on the left, also reasonable hand here. Actually, is this Ishan 10? It is. And I think if you're Kevin here, you are, of course, trying to find Tempai, but you'd also like to find Tempai in such a way that you get the 2-3-4 Sanshoku chance.
Right. You would like if you draw like a 1-pin, maybe you can try to get a Sanshoku. Because
Yeah.
right now the 4-pin's your pair, so could make 9-pin your pair. You know, just gonna cut 2 so now. See, this Sanshoku still looks kind of difficult.
But
Still
there's a
gonna need few
route.
draws. Yeah.
You like draw around the 4-pin, like a 3, make you Peiko with it, or a 5, and make a Nyaman shape there. And then you can drop the 1, you'll have your 2-3-4 in the pin. So good vision from Kevin there to keep that possibility open. Dealer has drawn a 2nd Dora, and this hand just gets more and more expensive.
We do see Tempai here. Are we gonna see a reach?
Eat.
Is gonna take the Champon weight. Is doesn't get the Sanshoku, but it is Ricci Dora. And it's a pretty quick Ricci as well.
And Zilong decides wants to have nothing to do with this. Drops the Chun pair.
That's a nice
Oh.
draw. Probably gonna try to push this hand. Yeah, it's gonna start with the 6-0, makes sense.
Unfortunately, would likely draw into the Manzu shape which would necessitate a 4-pin cut.
Well, you
Or
could see Chi here and Dora Tonki.
Dora Tonki with 2 in hand already. Well, that's exciting.
Hey, if it wins, it's Mongon.
Yeah, that's a fast route to Mongon. Just find the Dora. Ooh, could switch the weight here, but does not do so.
I think 6-Mon does look better. It's a little bit cheaper, but you don't really love the Dora Tonki with 2 in hand already.
Yeah, 7 isn't exactly safe either with that being Dora Suji. Oh, but this has to come out.
Yeah, it's coming out, yeah.
Or I guess you have the 4 is Nakasuji now, but
Wrong.
Don't get any Ura here. No Ura, just 2600.
but that's actually really important. That is the 3rd and 4th place battle. So
Yeah. Now it's looking pretty tough to make the comeback here.
I think that's part of the reason that Shidomi felt the need to push there, as you don't want your direct competition to win the hand, and if you can get Tenpai,
I think we're going to see a Kokoshi attempt. That from Sherm's hand is pretty bad for anything but that. You do have 9 different terminals and honors. Just hope to draw lucky. You could make it all the way to first place if you are able to complete the hand at least.
yeah, Tsumo would. I think direct hit isn't even enough, depending on who you hit. Actually, it wouldn't be enough for either. So, would need a Tsumo to claim first from that, but it's starting to draw towards that. We'll keep an eye on that. But the other hands also look quite good, especially Dealer here has a sort of ready-made Tanya. You can grab the Forso, and since your Kamicha is discarding all the middle tiles, it seems kind of likely that will be possible.
Really quick hand here.
You'll notice, of course, that on the left, Shidomi is discarding in such a way that it looks like it's a Sozu Honitsu. Sort of
Right,
disguising that's a
although
Kokoshi attempt, but that will
I think
come
we're
out
gonna see
soon.
the Sozu coming out soon, and that'll sort of give up the gig.
Yeah, that's where you like sit for 5 seconds thinking, man, which Sozu tile do I want to cut? Ah, this one. Yeah, I'm having such a hard time reading my Sozu weight.
We
No,
could have seen a 7-pin cut for just like the widest Ishan-sen, but I think it makes a lot more sense to keep the 7-pin for a potential like Ryomen draw.
Well, there's a pair found, so we just need a 1-mon, 9-mon, and the West. And those tiles are available in the wall. So it's a long thinking here about the 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku.
Chi.
You can use the 5-mon as your pair for that type of hand. Oh, beautiful draw.
Yep.
That was like the best possible.
Reach.
It declares the
We're gonna see
Ricci.
a Ricci here.
Yeah, 6-pin will give you that 5-8 weight. Of course, 5 would be Takame Sanshoku. But as it is, it's Ricci, Pinfu, Tanyao. Could have also taken the 5-mon, 8-mon, 6-pin weight, but that seems a little... Oh, well, I guess it would have been Ipatsumo.
Hard to resist the Sanshoku, though.
Yeah, you would be giving up the Pinfu as well. And there's the 8.
You can cut like... Oh, okay, just gonna even cut 9-pin.
So this actually isn't bad for a Sichuan can fold here, because even if Zilong wins here and claims first, the game doesn't end. We'll go to another round.
Yeah.
So knowing that, Shidomi can just play defense
I might
and
have,
actually
like-
hope that Kevin deals in.
Yeah, I might have tried at least like a Tuso Suji, unless this Kokoshi is dead. I haven't checked the board.
I see 3 of the Wests out. And 3 of the 1-mon. So very difficult, at the very
it's just
least.
Holding. He's trying all the Kokoshi tiles now if they decide to
Mr.
fold.
just got Tenpai. Drop the Nakasuji 4-mon, 4-mon. Now it's a 2-5 weight, but it's Huriten. So we'll see how far he's willing to push this. And then, of course, Toyman. Is that? I think that's Ishaten as well. Could even call for Tanyao here. 8-mon is Suji, not willing to push that though. And all the 5s and 8s being drawn to the left.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
The
We're gonna
Ricci
see
tile.
here. This would be a disaster if we do see this 5-pin come out.
Ricci tile was the 6-pin, so it does not look good.
Okay, it is able to dodge that. That would have been bad. Menton Pin Sanshoku.
And Mizder will look at that weight and pat himself on the back for making the right
Yeah.
choice. In a tight scoreline such as this, there's that real temptation to, with a couple tiles remaining, go to Yukoku with your K10, but made the right play.
Yeah.
There's so few Suji left that 5-8 was one of the only ones that was still alive. 5-8 pin, that is. All right. So dealer, again, with a pretty nice start, has the door 7-pin kind of floating right now. To the right, we see 2 completed 7-8-9s and a 9-pin as well, so perhaps a Sanshoku there.
We did see a Chitoi Ishansen, and they could have kept the south, which is a pretty good tile for Chitoi, and missed the chance to immediately get a turn 2 Ricci.
Oh my, that was across the table with Kevin.
Although it could even maybe be some sort of like Pinzu Chinitsu. You're also just Ishansen for a normal hand at this point.
Yeah, perhaps it's another reason to keep the south and maybe think about Honitsu in the Dora suit.
Yeah.
Honitsu South, Dora 1 is Mangan. That's enough to put you over 30k. But as it is, looking good for Chinitsu now. We see Honitsu to the left, but oh goodness, dealer, another Ricci, and this is starting to get out of hand. Ricci pinning for Dora, waiting for a 6-9 pin. Oh, and Minster's got a 9 pin in hand. And this is getting there.
He's
Playing
going to
safe.
cut the 8-mon, yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty much a fold. It's going to be very hard to get back into Tenpai from this position now.
Okay, the 9-mon come out, so now you can sort of Mawashi by cutting the 9-mon pair for Toyman. Well, the Forso is not the tile you wanted to draw. That's kind of a tricky one to try to push into the Ricci.
Unfortunately, not likely that you're going to find Pinzu tiles from Anthony.
Friso, really nice pickup though. You could just get a straight Ricci, although I guess 9-pin is pretty locked in as their pair, so no.
A 6-pin draw would be nice. You get Ricci, Pinfu, Ipeko. Still one. Oh, we have one left in the wall to draw. Mizder is kind of working back to Tenpai.
Oh, there's the 9-pin though.
Okay, this is going to be a little bit painful. Ricci, Pinfu, Dora. No Uraso, still a chance to come back, and still above 30k, importantly for Mizder. And we go again. As long as just running up the scoreboard at this point. Finally a hand that is a little bit more difficult to build than the previous two have been. In the meantime, to the right, Mizder is the one who starts with a great high pie. Has a Dora 9-mon, but maybe just thinking about a Chinitsu Mangan. Or a normal hand now.
Yeah, once you see that completed Monzu. Oh, 5, so...
Yeah, still thinking about it. Wants to build a little bit more value than just Ricci, Ipeko, Pinfu, or something like that. You compare...
You're just Kutsuki Ishans. I guess 9-mon's the Dora is
Yeah,
why you want to keep it, but...
You want ahead, and you'd love it for it to be Dora pair.
Right.
As it is, it's very wide. Ooh, would be even
Probably
wider.
cut the Dora now, I think. I don't want to break up this 2, 3, 4, 5 shape.
At 17,000 difference, a little bit less than 17,000 difference from dealer. Oh, is unwilling to drop the door just yet, wants the value, is still thinking that with a direct hit, it might be possible. See, Mangan would be 86 with the 2 Honba. Times 2 is 17.2.
Each.
Okay, here we go. So Ricci for the 4-7 weight would be Ipeko on the 4-pin. Just Ricci Pinfu. Ipeko Tsumo Manga. Or I guess that'd only be 5,200. Or a 1. Is Manga and Tsumo even enough?
You want Hanemon Sumo. Yeah, you need Hanemon. But it's going to be difficult. Miss the Ipatsu, which would have been, increase the
Yeah.
chances greatly. But Richi, Tsumo, Pinfu, Ipeiko, Uda 2? There's
There
some
you
Uda
go.
2 chances.
There's a lot of pairs in that hand.
And Kevin also doesn't. He wants to get over 30k, but does not want to drop any further. And there's the
Wrong.
7. Mr. reluctantly calls the road. But this will confirm a positive score for Mr. So I think you do take this. It finds one Uda, so it wouldn't have been the Hanuman anyway. And ends up with plus 11 here. But the big winner is along with a plus 33.6. And Kevin grabs third, negative 10.8. Shidomi fourth, negative 34.1. Well, that was definitely an exciting finish.
Yeah, it was really close until we saw a dealer running away with it at the end there. Got a couple nice hands back to back and ended up with a very respectable plus 33. It's pretty nice to pick up.
It's one of those things where because it's a league situation, you kind of want to run it away, even if you have last dealer. You don't just want to, quietly end the game with your lead. You want to rack up the points for the future in case you need them to claim your promotion slot. And all right, do we have another match? It looks like there is one in B3 that started a little while ago. I think that might be the last one from A2. So let's hop on over. I'm going to go ahead and try to find that match right now. There's going to be a couple names here that I recognize and a couple that I do not. Looks like Tommy, Rizen, Kevin, Robert. And it'll take a second, but we'll also switch the names so that we can watch the scoreboards here.
We jumped into a nice dealer hand here. Hatsu, Anko, got chances at Chanta, has a Dora. Pretty nice hand.
We saw the tune call to the right. Oh, let me update these for you.
Wrong.
Make sure it's visible to
There's a
everybody.
deal in
Yeah.
torso. As we jump ahead to the Sanshoku Nomi.
The unfortunate thing about updating things is that I can't have both open at the same time, so we'll probably take one more second as we fast forward through collecting the names. We can see the lag as the stats desperately try to update. That's what I get for trying to update too many things at once.
Still follow it closely enough. Oh, 6 Mon cut. Guess going for Chitoi. Giving up that 4-5-6 completed block.
All right, so we're almost set. Just need one more name here, Robert.
I don't know about committing to Chitoi from 4 pairs. We do see 8-so draw for Tenpai here. Can take probably just the Intoltsu weight, 4-7-9 Mon. Looks pretty good. I imagine we're gonna have a Ricci. Yep, we did. There it is. 4-7-9 Mon for Ricci Dora.
I guess if you drop the other way, the 7, you get the Pinfu Ipeiko chance.
Yeah.
But this certainly is tricky. You'd expect the 9 to come out, right? You got the Suji trap. And usually, the tile that is Suji to the Ricci tile is suspicious, but that's for like a 6 waiting on a 3 or a 5 waiting on a 2, but a 6 waiting on a 9, that's really
Yeah,
unexpected. But a chase
it
from
is.
the right, and this is Robert to the right. Ooh, what is this weight?
Just a
7.
7 so Kanchan.
It's Ricci Nomi.
It is
On the,
another Suji trap. We got multiple Suji traps here.
oh, but there's the 4, and that will deal
4
in. Ricci Dora. Check the Uda. Nothing there. But still 26 is pretty nice. It looks like Kevin's gotten out to a bit of a lead here as we enter South 3. We'll switch over to Robert's dealership, and I'll make one more change to the screen here. This is a round 1 match. So the 2 games that we saw a little bit earlier, those were from the second round. They're starting their games a little bit early in A2. But this match in B3 is the last scheduled match from round 1. I think there is maybe 1 or 2 tables that will have delayed matches that will be played in the near future. But the last scheduled match that we can see from the first 2 weeks of the summer season.
Oh, we have a potential comeback here. Could be Honitsu Haku Dora 3.
Oh my, to the left. That's
Honeymoon potential. Yeah, could get him right back into the game here.
we see one Haku across the table. Oh, but there's a fast dealer Ricci.
Yeah, not going to see the Haku come out anymore.
1
It's a bit of an awkward wait. Champon 2 so 5 so, and it always feels awkward when your Champon is Suji like that, 2-5. Because if somebody is worried about like a Yamen 3-4 shape, they won't drop the 2 or the 5.
Yeah. Could have maybe denied Tenpai, keeping like 3, 4, 5, 6, but I can understand just going for Ricci as dealer.
Yeah, fast Ricci from dealer's perspective is very powerful. We did see a call to the right for what looks like to be just a Tanyao, but unwilling to drop any of these Pinzu tiles, so we'll probably end up bailing here. It has a couple safe tiles. The 7 so is fine, and then the Mon tiles are probably fine too, given that it's Nakasuji.
Seems to draw Pinzu here.
Oh,
I bet there's the 5 Sumo.
we'll cut that comeback hand short. Ricci Tsumo no Uda, but still 3,000 all. Sorry, 1,000 all for a total of 3,000 plus the Ricci stick. And we'll enter South 3 repeat 1. So Robert catching up to the lead now. Claims second for now. And has a reasonable high pie as well. Technically, you've got all the blocks that you need to make a hand. Just a couple of them are awkward. The 1379 Kanchan is a bit odd. But here you go. You've got a nice pair up. And so now you can think about drawing around the 7 Mon and making a Peiko and swapping out one of those Kanchan shapes. And nobody else looking amazing. Maybe Toyman? Oh, maybe the hand to the left, actually. That one's Ishantem.
Yeah. It's looking... Well, 3 so helps. Now
That-
I can accept Dora.
Yeah.
Because would like a little bit more value than just like a Ricci Nomi.
Yeah, especially from 4th place in South 3. You really want to be finding something a little bit bigger. And with 2 8-pins dropped, we might see the 9 come out. Well, instead, chooses the other shape. Well, technically the 779 is a bit stronger than just the 1-3.
We do see
Yeet.
Tenpai. This is a Ricci Nomi. Yeah, it's going to take it. I guess you can just hope for Urasan or something.
Yep, you'd like to see the 2 Mon appear. As we can see, it's a Champon 7 so 1 Mon with a Suji trap on the 7 so. Unfortunately, only 1 tile left in the wall for Tsumo. Ooh, and Toyman is Rizeng, who had found a nice Kanchan fill, but unwilling to fight. Instead, discarded the 1 so and is seeming to bail out here. Although now the 1 Mon is 1 chance.
Could see that one maybe coming out later. Doesn't look like the riskiest tile. Well, it looks like they are just trying to bet Ori.
Yeah.
With that 5-mon cut.
Properly bailing. Only discarding the safest of tiles. Oh, dealer Tempai.
Yeah, I imagine we're gonna see a Ricci here.
Ricci Dora is nice. You would drop the 9. Oh, it does not Ricci. Okay, but it's Tempai for the 4-mon, 7-mon, 7 pin. Oh, I
This
like
is
the
Yaku
Ricci.
list though. I would just Ricci.
ドン
Oh, 1-mon comes
Oh,
out.
saves the
Ran out
stick.
of safe tiles, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no Ura there, so not quite the scoreline you're looking for heading into the South 4. But the one benefit is that you did knock another player below 30,000 with you, so you don't take the extra 5 points of Uma loss. As long as you can keep Rizing down there as well.
Wow, look at Kamich's hand here. Already have Hatsu Anko completed. Is this it's still Ryanshan 10 looks like for the Honitsu? But really fast hand.
And there was the potential there for a second turn or third turn Honitsu Ricci. But we did see an early call from the Dutchman, Kevin grabbing the 2-pin here, aiming for the Sanshoku. Oh, that 7-mon is so good. Could we see Honitsu Suanko?
Wow.
I mean, we're Ishan Den for it.
Yeah, we are.
And
What a crazy hand.
Wow.
You almost like don't want to call. It's so good. Because if you call, it's just like Honitsu Hatsu. I guess you could get Toy Toy, maybe?
yeah, if the 3-mon comes out, then there's the potential for Toy Toy as well, which would be the Mongon you need to claim first.
I think I would just probably skip any calls though.
Yeah, your weights are so good here.
Yeah, if you can get the like closed Menhon here. Like I would
Pass,
not
pass.
take this. Yes. Go for some greed here.
I think literally any Mon tile gives you Tempai, so just waiting to draw it.
Is 6-mon Senpai? I don't think.
Yeah,
I'm not
6-mon
sure
might be the
6-mon's
one that
Senpai.
does not make
yeah,
it there.
everything else though looks good. I guess 1-mon's not Senpai either. But other than those, the rest of the Mon tiles are good.
1-mon is good.
Is
You get
1-mon
1, 2,
Senpai?
3, 3, 4. The 4s is your pair. You drop
Oh
the
yeah,
9.
you're right. Yeah, 1-mon would be a great draw actually.
But we found the tile that does not do it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the 5 again. Oh!
No!
All right, well, you can
now
still...
you don't have enough for first.
Can you direct hit here? The gap is 7,500.
Oh, yeah, especially if the stick.
Yeah, the 6
Yeah.
is plenty if you direct hit here. It's a 1.
What about a sumo?
You have
would-
extra foo here.
Yeah, so 5,200 sumo.
Would be 78. Would be... Oh, it doesn't matter. The Ricci
Doesn't
wins.
matter. Yeah.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. But Ricci, Patsumo, Pinfu, and Noura.
Still gonna be last, but at least get some points on the way out.
Yeah, definitely making the best effort was Tommy, and will minimize some of the damage. Does, again, limits the Uma damage here. So Kevin with the first place, plus 22.9. Robert almost caught up there, plus 6.7. And it's Rizeng who gets the negative 6.9. And Tommy in the fourth, negative 22.7. And we will have another match. But it has not started yet, so it'll be at least 5 minutes. And yeah, I'm really curious about that one. Whether calling was the right move there.
Such a wide Ishanten, and if you keep it closed, then you have enough to Gyakuten first place. I would have been tempted just to pass.
It was the, let's see, we were approaching 7, middle of the second row, right?
Yeah.
So the heat was definitely on. Also, I can't remember when the Ricci happened, if it happened before or after the call.
The Ricci, I think, was after the call.
It's more understandable for sure if it happened before the Ricci. Or sorry, if the Ricci happened first, then you can claim first with a direct hit.
This feels like if you just stay closed, like you should get Tempai within a couple draws, right? Like we were saying, like any Montile. It can't be that hard, right?
Yeah, almost any Montel. But it had been like 6, 7 draws
Yeah.
of nothing.
They were stuck at Ishanten Hell, felt the pressure, and just.
I'm gonna start
finally
calling
gave
it
up and took
Ishan Tel
Senpai.
from now on. But yeah, the even from the start, there were very few helpful draws. Although the 7 mon draw was huge,
Yeah.
and yeah, I really wanted to see the Suanko there. Well, it looks like our second match, second Hanchan of this table and final Hanchan of the evening, I believe. It has begun, but it will be a few minutes before that one starts. So, um, unless you have anything interesting to say, Lucas, maybe we'll take a short break and come back in about 3 minutes to catch the start of the final match of the evening.
That sounds good to me.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're about to start game number 4 out of 4 for this session in B3. It'll be Kevin, Robert, Tommy, and Razeng again. Kevin will be our dealer. And in fact, all the players around the table are in the order that I stated it. So Kevin, who won first place in the last match, hoping to get off to an even better start here, currently 6th overall in the division, where the top 11, I believe, advance. And so currently in promising position, has a first and 2 second places. So definitely a good start. Robert, not too far behind either, with a first, a second, and a fourth. Has a positive start to the season, so that's not too bad as well. And we're into the match. Kevin with an awkward high pie. Everyone with an awkward high pie. will be one of those hands where everyone's working to construct. I guess the hand to the left looks good.
Yeah, especially if that 6-pin draw and you have the Hatsu to call. Definitely looks like the fastest.
You also
You
have
even
the
have one of the Dora.
yeah, now 6 blocks. We'll probably be dropping the 1-2 so, but for the time being, retains it in hand, and we'll
That's
probably
another
leave
good
now.
draw there, the Tumon.
Ishan 10, kind of awkward that the Hatsu is your pair, but you'll take it.
Yeah, I would probably just pass the Hatsu here. I don't think there's much of a reason to call it. Doesn't even change the Shanten.
Yeah,
Boom.
it kind of caps out your value at 2 Hans, so 2,000 points guaranteed, as opposed to Richidora, which is 26 minimum, and potentially more with.
Seven's a pretty nice draw because you could maybe shift into a Tanyo here.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Tanyo
Correct.
Pinfu if you draw 4 or 7.
Of course, if you draw 5, 8 from the Mon, you can just declare the Richi. But you can give
Yeah.
yourself such a good chance with 5, 6, 7.
7
Okay, we see 2 calls across the table. This looks like a Junchan push. Indeed, we see the discard of the 7 so pair. So is aiming to call the 2 so and then wait on the 9 pin for now. Junchan only for 2k.
Junshan always feels like a lot of work for not a lot of reward.
Yeah, it
Unless it's
helps.
closed.
It helps if like your pair is Dora or you have an Anko of the Dora or something like that. But when that's
Yeah.
not the case, it is somewhat low scoring usually. Ooh, thinking about this Dora. Okay, moves away from the Tanyao shift. Still has Tanyao options if you can draw a third Dora. But now has the ability to call the Hatsu and drop the 2 and 4 Mon for Hatsudora 2. That might be worth going for.
1
Oh, instead just calls.
I guess gonna
go-
preemptively make this movie suggested.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. So we'll go Otozuke waiting for the Hatsu.
1
Oh, there's a Richi.
Could have even just cut 3 Mon there and taken Tenpai for the Sanshoku.
Yeah, but that's kind of hard with 3 7s gone.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another Dora.
Well, we just actually, this is Tenpai because you can actually wait on the 7. So.
Yeah, it is. The last 7. Could also work towards Tanyao. Oh, but the Tsumo happens. The Kanchan 8 pin is found. Richi Tsumo, and that's all it is. But a nice start for Rizeng there. And they'll be the dealer, starting with a pair of Dora. That's nice. Actually, 3 pairs. Although Chito is probably not what you're thinking about at the moment.
Kind of a slow hand unless you can get lucky and draw into these pairs.
Yeah, you'd really like to find another East and be able to open it up. To the right, this looks like your average starting hand, hoping to find Pinfu, but oh,
Wow,
speaking of the East, there's that commentator's blessing. And so now this hand is looking really strong for dealer.
Yeah, that was such a great draw for them.
Is these East coming out? It does. Oh,
Wow, commits to the Chitoi.
oh my.
That's it feels quite slow, but we'll see if it works.
Yeah, so one of the reasons that I like calling there is it's not just East, it's double East. You're the dealer and it is the East round. So double Yaku High with 2 Dora is already a Mangan. You don't need Chitoi Dora 2 to make that happen. Plus, with the ability to call, it certainly speeds up your hand. So perhaps we'll see a call in the second East.
Boom.
There we go.
Okay.
I feel like I'm on point with my calls today.
Yeah. Oh,
1
we're gonna see a call. Yep, call for Itsu here.
That
on
is
3 pin.
Tenpai.
It is just Itsu Nomi, but a quick Tenpai.
Yeah, having
Boom.
watched. Ooh, there's
cuts the Dora.
This is Tenpai, dangerous Tenpai.
Yeah, dealer looking very scary here.
6
See if
9
we see some
pin.
defense.
Hatsu is probably fine. Yeah, the Itsu looking difficult with only 1 left in the wall. It is Nakasuji to the dealer though.
It's true.
8 pin would have been a Tsumo if the Shampoo was chosen, but obviously the 6-9 is much wider.
Just a tiny moment to rant. I really don't. I don't love it when people like Tadashi
Sumo.
right around their weight.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe you're trying to make it look like you're cutting 8-pin pair. But either way, we see the 9-pin sumo. So
Big hand. The
Yeah.
pass of the East actually paid off because it had allowed a draw of the 3-pin and some other tiles that ended up working. So great start here. And this hand looks a little bit weaker than the last. Does anybody have a better one?
we have an East pair from Kamicha. Could maybe go for even a Sanshoku chance. Yeah, that looks pretty decent.
Well, this 8-mon puts a wrench in things, but there's still a chance to work your way towards that hand. Let's see. To the right, we've got a few pairs, but you're really trying to make a normal hand here. I mean, if you can draw 3-mon, 3-mon, you're very happy. Oh, there's the East call, so the Dutchman will open up the hands. Across the way, looks Tanya-esque. Now 4 pairs.
See how if they are gonna want to try to open that hand, or maybe go for a Tanyo Chitoi. Drawing 5-mon makes me definitely just want to go for a normal hand.
Yeah, Tanya here.
It's nice to cut a pair.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much they were thinking about the 8 Sancho Kodoko. Probably not very long, but spending more of that mental energy on deciding which pair to cut.
Could have also cut 8-mon, but maybe he wants to chi the Dora.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. You can incorporate Dora there. Can you call here? Ishanten now.
You would have been Tenpai if you just kept the 8-pin pair.
Wrong.
You see the quick win. Actually, was able to shift into Sanshoku. I missed
Yeah.
that 8-mon draw.
The 8 had just happened and was very observant of the fact that Sancho was a possibility. Swapped the 5-mon for the 8-mon to make that pair shift to claim the Sanchoku. So good vision there. And Tommy, now the dealer. Chance at 7-8-9 Sanchoku, but outside of that,
Chito Ishanten for Toiven.
Oh my. Yeah, starts with a middle tile cut there.
Just committing to the Chito at this point.
We'll probably see some odd-looking discards, and the rest of the table will be asking some questions.
It is like, unfortunately, it is just like if you had like any value, you could maybe go Toy Toy because all these pairs are really good for calling. Unfortunately, it would just be like a Toy Toy Nomi, so I probably would just prefer the Chitoy.
There's Tenpai.
Yep, probably just Ricci waiting on 1-mon. I wouldn't wait for anything. It's good enough for me.
Yeah, 1-mon is good here.
I don't really like Damaing Chitoy, especially when it's just Chitoy Nomi.
We'll see what the play is. Maybe
Wait one
Ricci
turn
this.
Ricci? No, I'm still gonna keep Damaing.
My guess is that Kevin is thinking about picking up a terminal, or sorry, rather an honor, but
Are we gonna see 1-mon come out and just Chitoy Nomi? Yeah, this is the problem. If you it just passes. Interesting.
Each.
oh,
Now we Ricci.
Oh my.
Wow, the big brain moves. Tetsuo getting Ricci after the 1-mon. Is this gonna work?
well, no one's got it.
We'll see if players are paying attention here, and if they think the 1-mon's gonna be safe because
Oh, this is Tenpai. Oh, he's not willing to take it though. It would just be a 5-pin Kanchan. Oh, would have been Ippatsumo.
There's the 5-pin.
I guess you can keep dropping the 8 pins and find your way back to Tenpai. If enough of these 3-mon come out, the 1-mon might look kind of safe. So now very wide Ishanten again for Robert. We have yet to see the 1-mon, still 2 in wall.
Yeah. I don't even know, like, I don't even know if I would notice if I was in game that like 1-mon was discarded and then Sumogiri Ricci.
You're not expecting something like that so early.
Yeah. You'd have to be like tracking the Tsumugiri Tadashi. Pay attention that the 1-1 just come out.
I wonder if
Like,
the
this-
9 pin was also a good weight there because of the
Each.
early Pinzu cuts. But okay, we see a Ricci, a chase. It's 1-4 so.
Just a Richinomi.
Oh, there's a Dora. And that might have been another reason that Kevin was waiting, was hoping to draw Dora Tonki for that. Oh, the one comes
there's
out.
the one, so it doesn't end up working out. Deals into the Richinomi.
Yeah, and I guess we'll never know if it would have worked out because no 1-mon was drawn, so.
Right.
We move over to Robert's dealership. His high buy looks reasonable. Technically has all the blocks it needs, but you'd love to improve them. And now we're Ishan 10 already. Kanchan weight currently. To the right, we've got Hatsu pair. Not much value. One door in hand, though. Across the table, Chun pair can call as well. Again, not much value. And to the left, messy hand. Shapes there definitely could use some improving.
Boom.
Might be able to shift to Tanya, though. And here we see the Hatsupo. So it could be 2k hand. Ishan 10 for Kevin.
It's possible you maybe shift into a honey too.
At the very least, with the 1-2 cut, you're
with
giving yourself that option.
Okay, well, you draw 6-mon. But I guess with 5-mon door, you probably weren't going to look to shift anyways.
At this rate, you can also swap your way to Yamen if you draw something around the 5. 9, so also doesn't look terrible as a weight either. Oh, interesting. Tommy dropping 4 so there. Oh, the 5 comes out. So we see
Yeah.
Hatsudora 2000 will move forward in south round. This has been a very fast game.
It has.
All right, well, this high pie looks pretty awesome. You can start with your honors or the 1-mon. Maybe make 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku. There's a door in hand, can make Ipeko as well in the Manzu. To the right, this looks a little bit more awkward. Hoping to make just Ricci here and use that door 7 pin. Ricci door 1 would be nice. Across the table, Tommy has sort of the makings of an Itsu in the Pinzu, but it's a little bit far off right now. To the left, this looks pretty good too. Tanyao shapes could make Pinfu out of this. How's the dealer progressed?
Pretty much the same as it was before. It's still quite a nice hand.
Sometimes you keep that 9-mon around just in case you end up using the, drawing an 8 and using the 6s as your pair.
Whoa, wait, what happened there? Why'd we discard our 9 so?
That is an interesting move. My bet is it is a 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku commit. Or Tanyao commit. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, I would have liked to just slam my Ricci button here. Instead, we're not Senpai.
Yeah, so now the question is, do you drop the 7, 8 now that you're Fuji 10? And does Dude make that decision? Yeah, and at this point...
Cutting an entire 7, 8, 9 block.
Yeah, at this point, you're wishing you had that back. Oh, the hand to the left's progressing so nicely.
Kang.
Oh!
Spicy
We see a
con.
con.
So this will definitely be Tanyao. If you're going Tanyao here, I think I like dropping the 2-so instead, because then you have a Yankan 3-5-7 shape that will guarantee the Tanyao. In this case, you can still draw the 1-so and be sad. Yeah, there goes the 2-so. I remember we've seen this before in the previous season. Kevin was a substitute player and did have some very aggressive cons here. We see a Ricci across the table. It will be 3-pin Penchan. Ricci Nomi, but there's 2 indicators.
Yeah, it's hard to resist the Ricci when there's been a con on the table.
Absolutely. Ooh. Surely this is Tenpai. It is 3-6.
Chasing Ricci here.
It's a bit of a better weight, although 2 of the 3s have already been discarded, and there's 1 in hand. So actually only 2 tiles left in wall for that hand. Same for the Pinzu weight, though. Only 2 of the 3-pin left in the wall.
봄,
Oh, dealer's fighting back. It's difficult, but maybe your only way out is to move forward.
Yeah.
There also may be a bit of the sense of taking responsibility for the con. I put it out there, so I'll deal in. Oh, door is so scary, but it is safe. And this is Tempai.
Yeah.
Could see a
Like
double roan on
so.
the 6 soul.
There's one left in the wall still.
Oh, the 3 comes out first, though. Torichi,
Let's see
Tanya,
if we get
Pinfu,
Miura.
Ipeko. Uda 1. So it's the Mongon. That's a big win for Robert there. Moves into
It
second
is.
place. All right, here we are. South 2. This is Zheng's second dealership. The starting hand looks pretty, I would say a little bit above average, actually. Could make Pinfu out of this. It's kind of unfortunate you don't really have Tanya outs just yet, but there's a chance to shift down there as well as 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku.
Pin was a nice pickup.
To the right, this hand looks like it's just waiting for improvements. Across the table, a bunch of pairs, 3 of them, but decent chance to make a normal hand here as well. And to the left, East is no longer Yakuhai, chance at 1 to 3 Sanshoku, but that hand needs some work as well. A door pickup across the table, and perhaps
oh wow, Forso draw. You get the
Each.
Pinfu Tenpai. That's the one you wanted.
perfect. Do you think there's a difference between dropping 5 pin, 8, or versus the 8 pin there? Do you have a preference?
Well, if you got the 8 pin, just reveals less information about your hand. One less Suji that they know about.
At least
So
this
I would
way,
usually cut the 8 pin.
maybe you're making them worry about the Richi Suji. If the
I just
players,
don't like giving away the information that the 2 pin's safe. Maybe that 2 pin that they're able to push is enough for them to complete their hand or something. Just in general, I'd try to give away less information if I have the choice.
yeah, I think I generally take the 8 pin there as well. We can see that is the 4th of the winning tiles drawn in hand across the table, so only 4 left in the wall. Oh, and there's the Sumo.
So it's Sumo. There it is.
Reached Sumo, Pinfu, no Ura, but 13 all. It's a very nice pickup, and the lead is expanded over 50k now. Go into another dealership. It's looking okay. The door is the south. We see one to the right, and that is the south seat. Would love to pair that up and make a really expensive hand. That's just insta-Mongon, if you can call that. Shape's looking pretty nice as well. But really, the question is, who's going to grab the south? It actually discards it early, and immediately the same done by Robert across the table, who wants nothing to do with that Dora.
Kind of interesting. Like, I can understand making that play sometimes if you have a lead and want to just kill it off. But from last place, I'd probably look to greed that south.
Yeah, I think I agree. You are really seeking a way to find value, and Dora is an easy way to do that. The hand to the left looks like it's getting close. Ishan-ten right now. Although it's a Penchon and a Kanchan. And you're kind of wishing you had the 7-8 back.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That improves one of the Kanchan at least.
So you can drop the 1 pin, or you could think about being super greedy and making an Itsu, but I think 1 pin is the standard cut here.
Not hard to get E2 because you don't really have a pair other than 5 pin right now.
Yeah, it would take a lot of maneuvering. Oh, well, that's another upgrade as well. So we have Diamen, Diankan. Oh, but dealer's hand improving as well. This is Ishan-ten, and this one does have Itsu chance. Just need the 6-so and the 9-so. Oh, but a call to the right for Tanya, it looks like.
I'm going to be cutting that 9 mon.
Oh, so painful to draw that south.
Yeah.
Interesting, we saw a 5-pin cut from the left. You're entering a headless Ishan-ten this way.
Right. Doesn't... Yeah, I probably just would have kept the 5 pin.
Typically, headless shapes are pretty wide, but, you know, the 3-4-5 is a nice shape. 3455 rather.
Oh, two mon draw is great.
Yeah, now you've got a large number of pairs that will give you very good tempis.
Yeah, if you the Sanmenchan like headless shape is always so nice.
The worst draw, of course, being the 4 mod. But any of 2, 3, 5, 6 mon or 6, 7 so will give you at least a 2-sided, if not 3-sided weight.
Ah, perfect.
Oh,
Was
there's
like the ideal
Furitan.
draw right there. We still just reach it,
Yeah, I think you still just
Yeet.
throw the stick in. There we go. 2 left in Wald for the Sumo.
地
We see the call there, not for Itsu, but rather for Tanya. So it'll be a 2-pin 2-so Shampoo for dealer.
地
Tanya only. A call to the right, and that Tanya's progressing as well. Chooses the 5-8 weight. That 4 will not deal in, of course, because of the Foodie 10.
Sumo.
Oh,
Drew the one mon back.
and the players are thinking, wait, 1 mon, didn't you discard that earlier? Oh, and that's enough to put Kevin over 30k. So currently actually grabbing second by 200 points. And we enter South 3.
Close battle for second here.
Yeah, quite tight. And speaking about the battle for second, I just want to take a quick moment to look over to the right where we see 2 Dora tiles in one of those players' hands and what looks to be an Itsu and the Manzu kind of growing there.
Very nice high pie.
The other player who's fighting for that second place is Kevin across the table, who also has a fairly reasonable high pie chance for 678 Sanshoku. It's kind of locked in the way these shapes are currently formed, as long as you can complete the other shapes in the hand.
It's a really good point situation to just try to win a quick hand and just move into all last with the lead.
So being able to call is very useful for that.
Yeah, I would just go for an open Sanshoku if I get the chance.
And we've seen Kevin do that in the past. I know. I recall one game in particular where there was just a very heavy commitment to that open Sanshoku, and it ended up paying off in spades. Oh, and there's a nice 7-pin draw.
Wow, really nice.
Okay, so Yan Shantan still. You need to make one more shape.
There
That's
it
the
is.
shape. So now can I even make Tanyao in addition? And how has the hand to the left progressed? It hasn't. Seems like Sanshoku is beating out Itsu here. What about the other players? Dealer still awkward right now. Retaining the 1-pin in hand for the chance at making 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku, perhaps.
Yeah, you would lose Dora, but you can open your hand for Sanshoku. So maybe. Well, you cut the 8, so immediately drew the
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
so, but
I wanted to
so-
ask, across the table that we saw the 4 so cut to retain
interesting.
the Hakun hand. Of course, the 4 doesn't help the Sanshoku, but you could make Tanyao that way. Do you like hanging on to the safety here, or do you prefer?
No, I don't like keeping safe tiles when it hurts efficiency.
I guess one of the
'cause
ways you lose the battle for second is to just deal in, but you're less likely to deal in if you can complete your hand first.
Yep. Especially when it's like a callable tile. You want to complete the Ryokan like shape if you can. I don't know. I would just maximize the efficiency.
Yeah, we were getting to the middle of the second row, so it's about that time you're thinking about safety. Oh, is this Tempai to the left? It is. We see a Ricci. 6 mon comes out. And it's a 5-8 weight. 5-8 mon for Ricci, Pinfu, Dora 1.
Oh no, the 5 so.
Would have been Tempai.
Yeah. And 8 so even was safe to push too.
We might have a chance to get back into Tempai in the future. Ooh, 3-pin is not. I guess it's Suji
At
now.
least.
It's the
It
Dora
is next to
indicator.
Dora.
I guess there was an early 2-pin cut.
Yeah, you can cut
Sumo.
8 so though. Oh, finds the 8 mon. Menkin Sumo. Dora.
Dora Ura is huge, so that
Dora,
battle
yeah, just extends that lead even more. 56,000 now.
incredible. So this is going to be a huge score. And we've got our final round, South 4. It is Robert who's dealer. Needs to go on a run here. Has decent Tanyao shapes and a Dora, so seems like a good hand to do that. To the right, this hand
Really
is a
nice.
bit weaker. And what else are you seeing?
Maybe like Toyman can keep up with dealer. I'm not sure about Kamicha or Shimocha.
Yeah, Kamicha, that's Tommy to the left. It does look a bit awkward, especially with the point situation. Maybe at this point you are not thinking about claiming third, but just trying to find as many points as you can. Yeah, dealer definitely the person to watch out for here.
Quite a wide Ryon Shanten.
How much do you think about Itsu if you draw something like the 9 Mon, if you're Kevin? I guess
Actually that would be quite nice. I would probably cut like you could probably just cut like 8-9 so and go for it.
Now a second door drawn.
Gonna cut the 6 so
Hmm,
maybe
kind
yeah, it is a bit interesting. Just trying to maybe set up like hiding the 7 so weight or something. I'm not sure.
Sotogawa slash Suji potential future Suji trap on the 3 so.
Yeah.
You do sort of shift away from Tanyao outs here. Oh, 2 so.
1
Well, you now have Ishan 10 and you have chance at the Itsu we were talking about. We see 2 calls to the left for Tanyao. Still not Tenpai. Tanyao Dora 1. And dealer has been Ishan 10 for a few discards.
Yeah. Quite a wide Ishan 10 too.
Fortunately, has
Hasn't
not been able to find it.
draw.
Yeah, Pinzu. Oh, there we go.
is.
Oh, 3-sided weight now. 369 for Richi, Pinfu, Dora 1.
Possible Tanyo.
And there's the
Well.
Itsu chance now for Kevin. We might have a battle here.
This is
What?
quite the battle for second place too.
Yeah, 1 so was safe. Second 1 so also safe. North is good as well. Toyman Ishan 10 if you drop the 9 pin, but does not do so. This is slightly... This is Tenpai on the left with the 4-7. Tanya Dora 1 or 2. We can see that it will only be 1. 2 so not
Looks
guaranteed.
like actually that weight is that weight completely dead?
Oh,
Yeah,
you're right. It is completely dead. And Kevin hanging on to the 2 so not willing to give it up yet. Still has a chance to win, but running out of tiles. The efficient drop here is the 2 so, but again, unwilling to drop that. Puts the safe 6 instead. 3 pin hard to find.
Isn't able to find the Tsumo.
Yeah, would have been able to call to Tenpai there if the 6 was retained, but 2 so doesn't look good. It does pass in the end, and we enter Ryukyoku, dealer, and the player to the left will find an extra 1,500 points, but we will continue on as it was the dealer who was Tenpai, and so another chance in this for dealer to make it over 30k, as well as Kevin. And Roberts.
Really nice.
Oh, go ahead.
Really nice hand for Kevin to try to Gyok 10 first here, even go above 30k. Got the Hatsu pair, you have the Dora you need.
Yeah, that'd be
Looks
the...
pretty quick. I would just like start calling everything and just go Atazuke.
Ooh, but
Although
Robert...
unfortunately it's Mochi.
Yeah, and Robert's paired up the East now, so perhaps the advantage as far as the calling balance goes. Also, Ishan 10. Oh, and here's the East. That's going to come out.
Home.
Insta call. 3 so or 6 so? 3 so comes out. Tenpai on the 3-6 mon. Oh, you just feel like this hand's going to win.
Yeah, there's a lot of tiles on the wall here.
And Tommy's going to Atozuke for the Hatsu, but it's never coming out. Kevin also had has the opportunity to go Atozuke for the Hatsu, which would be sad as really unfortunate for both players as well. We have talked about Toyman, who is Ishan 10 now. Unfortunately, would likely have to drop that
Yeah.
3-mon unless you can draw another one, 3 or 6. Oh,
Oh, yeah, one of them's coming out.
no,
I'm
not
sure.
yet.
Oh, never mind. Dodge. I guess you can lock
You
the
can
6-mon
yeah, you
pair.
can drop the
Yeah,
4 or 7 out and be fine.
makes sense.
Well, it just feels like any second now we're just sitting in anticipation of Robert winning this hand.
Right.
And Robert's also sitting there any second now. My child's coming out.
Needs to draw another 3 or 6-mon if they want to avoid it. Uh-oh, yeah, it's coming out now.
Question is Ricci or no Ricci, and it doesn't
It's
matter.
not gonna matter.
4
All right, so we'll see the 1500 plus the Honba and recapture that Ricci stick. So now a little bit harder for Kevin to surpass. Now looking a little bit better for Robert. And this high pie also pretty strong. You've got Itsu chances, you've got a Dora, good, reasonable shapes. To the right, we've got 2 Dora though. So if you're going to come back, it's going to be with a 2 Dora hand. Maybe you can
value.
ship that into Tanyao. 7-mon is a nice draw. So things not looking bad there. Across the table, Chun, Sha. Oh, this looks incredibly
Oh,
callable.
Passes the tune.
That is interesting.
Interesting.
Did
Seems like a nice call to open up and just end the game.
Is this the same player that passed the East call earlier? In
I don't
the
remember.
I don't remember who that
It
was,
could
but I
be.
think it was. So perhaps unwilling to open too early.
Maybe they prefer to call the second one.
Mm.
But the problem is what if the second one never comes?
Yeah, there's some situations where I think you just have to rely on the fact, expect the second one to come eventually. But I think this is one of those situations where I just like calling and ending this game. But of course, the first time it paid off for them. So
Right? Let's see if it works again.
the hand to the left, we haven't gotten there yet, and that is getting pretty close. Oh, speaking about close, we are Ishanten. All right, a lot of pairs in hand for Kevin now, which is really awkward because you don't want to pair hand. We'll probably end up dropping one of these. Well, just draw into your Onkos and you're happy. I guess the 7-mon is the normal cut here.
Oop, there's one of the Onkos.
So instead chooses to drop the 4-mon and confirm the pair of Dora. If you're Kevin here and a 6-mon were to
Oh, we see the 5-so cut. Yeah, okay. I guess it's too slow to go for any sort of like toy Suonko, and you don't really need it, but it is tempting when you draw that. Although, yeah, that would have been. Yeah, it probably makes sense to just play this one.
Home.
and there's the West.
Oh, and that's just Tempai, yeah.
It's Chun and the 8-mon. We can see 3 are left in wall and Onko.
Matsu draws nice.
This is Ishanten for dealer. We need 2 5-so or the 9-mon 9-so. Oh, we should draw the 4.
Great. I can utilize that Dora.
Yeah, so Yamen Ishanten can callable as well. Kevin desperately hoping to draw 6-so that he can start calling as well. May even call 6-so if it were to come out from dealer's hand. I
We
suspect.
also see Kamicha just sitting on a con here. Kind of interesting.
Oh, there's Tenpai Damaten.
Feels like you can just press your advantage and Ricci this maybe. Although it is a bit late in the round, I suppose.
Perhaps a little bit concerned about getting knocked out of.
The weight isn't great. There's 3 of the 5-sos already out, 1 of the 2-sos.
Yeah.
I don't know.
4 left in wall for that weight. Ooh. Oh, that's Huditen. I think you still keep it over
Con.
7.
No Rinshan. Now we're gonna see a Ricci?
The new
It's
Dora.
even later, but now you have an extra Dora chance.
New door is the 1-so we has 3 in
We
hand.
do. It's enough to make him go for the Ricci.
So Toyman's hand is Mongon. Oh, do we see another con? No, a fold.
つも
Oh, big Tsumo.
Wow.
Alright, let's check the Ura. Riichi, Tsumo, Hatsu, and Adora. Only one, so just the 12k. But I say just. Robert now
Well,
has a chance to
actually-
take first.
Yeah, only 5k short now.
Absolutely. Well, the things just got really exciting here. Now, if you are resisting across the table, you are concerned. I mean, even if you get overtaken for first place, the game will continue, so you'll have a chance to grab it back. But you're hoping to finish things out before it got to this stage. And if you're Kevin, now you're just desperately trying to get over 30K. Forget the battle for second. And unfortunately for
Right.
Tommy, this is, you've been just trying to build anything here and just have not gotten the draws.
Tommy probably just wants to win a hand and go home at this point.
Yeah. Well, he has a north in hand. That is the door. If you can get an onko of that, you're pretty much set. Dealer, of course, calls the south. It just wants to run this as far as it can go. 2 away from Tempai as well. Kevin with a very nice hand. Ishanten already with Ipeco chance. So Pipu Ipeco would be nice.
Ishan for Toyman as well.
Would probably take the Richi Nomi even if it's on the Penchant. I guess that's a very awkward wait.
5-8 weight's even worse if you draw a 3-mon.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a way you can switch this around for Tanya. Oh, 7 mon fixes things.
Yep, that was the draw you needed.
1
Oh, Richi from 4th place. So the rest of the table on high alert.
It's just a Richi Nomi on a 5-pin Conchon.
You're a little less concerned once you see the north has been discarded already.
I guess you don't kind of defending with the 7, so I would just like full push here for first place. Just ignore the Richi.
相撲
Oh, well,
Oh wow, you fought Tsutsumo.
the Kanchan
Give him
wins.
Samura. Give him Long God.
Aw. Well, we're rooting for that for sure. But it is a nice pickup to grab some points before the end of the game. And, well, what a comeback from Robert. Just falls a little bit shy. Using with the plus 33, Robert plus 17, Kevin in 3rd place with negative 13, and Tommy picks up a few more points before the end of the match, but still gets hit with the negative 36. And we will angle for a standings update. I can see it updating right now. Oh, I thought it was updating. There we go. And so Kevin drops down a little bit further with that 3rd place, but still will be pretty happy, I'm sure, with a positive score in the first half, plus 24.1. And Robert with the nice 2nd place. It's pretty rare, I think, to see a plus 17 2nd place, but a very nice pickup there. Finishes just behind. And Rizeng with a positive result as well. 1 first and 3 thirds. It's all it takes. And Tommy will have a little bit of work to do in the remaining sessions, but there still are 5 more, so plenty of time to catch up here. And there are a lot of promotion slots in this division, so I'm sure we'll see a lot more swingy action in B3 as we continue.
Yeah, those were some exciting games. We had some cons. It's I feel like when you're watching like A1, I feel like a lot of times players are reluctant to call cons, but it can be fun. Watching players just let loose, calling cons. Get to see some exciting big hands. It's always fun.
Absolutely. Cons are certainly one of the more exciting mechanics in Mahjong. I was just having a discussion about cons with some of the other players, and it's something that I'm definitely thinking about a little bit more these days. And watching some of these games from B3 has added some ammo to that food for thought. So it's definitely exciting to watch. Well, any last thoughts about the matches tonight?
Oh, I thought they were some entertaining games, and yeah, looking forward to seeing how this league plays out in the coming sessions.
Absolutely. It was really nice to see some of the new players who have entered the B3 division, and looking forward to seeing some more of that exciting action. For the viewers, if there is anybody who is interested in being a part of the ARML who has not yet done so, registration for the summer season has passed, but is open for the fall season, which will happen. I think the registration is open till late September, I want to say. You can register at our website, americanrichi.org. If you're interested in seeing previous broadcasts to see what the play has been like in the different divisions in the ARML, you can check out our YouTube channel, which is scrolling right now at the bottom of the screen at https://tinyurl.com/ARMLYT. You can go ahead and follow us on Twitch if you would like to know whenever we go live. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to see whenever we post videos. This VOD will be up there presently. And you can also check out our Twitter at American Ricci. So, with that in mind, thank you everybody for watching. Looking forward to seeing some session 2, some round 2 action in the upcoming weeks. And we'll catch you then. For now, this is Nathaniel and Lucas signing off for the ARML.
Have a good night.